Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a requested video. You guys wanted to hear my thoughts on the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This palette did come out quite a bit ago and I'm not the biggest fan of cool tone neutrals on my eyeballs, so I was kind of slacking on giving you guys a little first impressions video on this palette, but if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I just want to say welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Harris. If you're new here, I like to film tan girl friendly videos on YouTube. I do upload quite often, so I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and ringing the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload. I love to make first impression videos, swatch parties, ranking videos, anti-hauls. We do it all here on my channel, so please consider subscribing, and without further blabbering, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so this video was inspired by my friend Kara C here on YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and link her video on this down in my description box. She had done a video where she compared the Natasha Denona Glam palette to the Anastasia Beverly Sultry palette, and since I had really never used this palette, like I bought this when it originally launched and I really disliked the color story, so I did end up decluttering this one from my collection, and then when it came back in stock and it was on like a really good deal, I did pick this one up. So Kara was talking about how she did this video and I was like, oh my gosh, I should do that video as well, because I know ABH is having a good sale again on their palettes and Sultry is back in stock on their website. And I know you guys had asked about the Natasha Denona Glam palette. A lot of you wanted to know my thoughts on this palette before their Sephora sale, which I totally recognize that I missed that deadline, but there is another Sephora sale coming up at the start of December. They're also doing some kind of deal where if you spend like $50 this week, then you get like 15% off next week or something like that. And I know a lot of you like those kinds of sales as well. So I thought, let me just compare the two. I am wearing both of these palettes on my eyes today. I'm not going to tell you which palette is on which eye until the end. But first, I thought I would do swatches and show you guys both palettes. In case you have the Sultry palette, maybe that means you can skip on this one. Or maybe you just love cool tones and you love the ABH formula and you love Natasha's formula. Maybe you want both. Maybe you want a good deal on the Sultry palette while it's on sale and in stock. I don't know. You guys do what you want, but I thought I would make this video, so hopefully this is helpful. But I'm going to start off with swatching the Glam palette. And you guys know Natasha has some buttery shimmer shades, so I wanted to swatch these for you guys. Now, there was a bit of controversy with this palette because the shade names are like very generic. She named them like Inner Corner and like Crease and da-da-da-da-da. And then people were upset because not every like inner corner shade would work for every skin tone. Not every crease color would work for every skin tone. She did come out and say that the shades are magnetized in the palette. So if you really find the shade names problematic, you can switch up the arrangement. I feel like that's a nice way to solve the problem if it's really bothersome to some people. So I just wanted to mention that. So here is the first row on my skin tone. I did try and move my lights away so it doesn't completely wash these shades out because they are pretty light. Okay, so there is the next row swatched out. Okay, and then the last row is all shimmers. So there's 10 shimmers in this palette and then 5 matte shades. So if you really like shimmery eyeshadows, this might be the one for you. And now I'm going to switch over to the Sultry palette. So the Sultry palette has 14 eyeshadows, so just one less than the one from Natasha Denona. It has 7 mattes and 7 shimmers. So here is the first row from the ABH Sultry palette. I know a lot of people were really thrown off by this Bloom shade, but I do think it kind of makes for a fun pop of color in this cool tone palette. Like you can throw this in the inner corner, lower lash line. You can even throw it in the crease with this beautiful like rose gold shade. So I feel like it really expands your options as far as not your typical cool tone color story. Okay guys, so here are all of the swatches of the Sultry palette by ABH, and here is the Glam from Natasha Denona. This is so beyond awkward. I'm so sorry. I really... Oh, here we go. Here we go. That kind of makes sense. I do like that the Sultry palette has a black, I must say, and I do think the Bloom shade was really kind of a fun addition. I think this would have been an awesome shade if they did like an oxblood type of color, but I don't know. I feel like that was a fun twist to put that shade in there, because I do remember when I originally got this palette, I did use this in the lower lash line, and I thought that was kind of fun. So here's my awkward swatches. Sultry palette, Glam palette from Natasha Denona. And now, without further blabbering, let's get into how I created these eye looks. Okay, so I'm gonna film the demo portion of this video. I'm gonna do one eye with the Glam palette and the other eye with the Sultry palette, and then I will tell you guys at the end which palette is on which eye and see if you guys can tell the difference. So I'm starting off with a very like light grayish shade, and I'm gonna put that in my crease on this eye just to kind of set the primer and everything. That color blended like a dream. So I'm gonna stick with the same brush. I'm gonna dust off the brush again. Now I need a nice deepening up color for the outer crease, because you guys know that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna dip into a deep shade on this eye. Okay, clean off the brush, switch palettes. I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush just to smoothen things out on both eyes. Now I feel like all I really need is a lid color, so I'm gonna grab a flat brush, and then for the lid shade, I'm gonna grab the first one. I'm not gonna wet it. I wanted to see what the pigmentation was like without a wet brush, and then I'm gonna switch to the other shimmer shade. And I'm not wetting it, I'm just dragging it. Okay, so they look pretty light. I'm gonna probably spray, because I like to spray my brush, so I'm gonna spray. This color is pretty. It's like a pretty champagne shade. My husband is working out, and I can hear him. He's playing Sexy Bitch. It's that song that goes like, damn girl, you's a sexy bitch. It's funny. He likes to listen to like electronic pop music when he's working out. Okay, so I like this eye. I'm going to clean off the brush. I'm going to spray it. If I didn't know which palette I was using on which eye, I feel like I would really... If I was watching this, like, would I know the difference? Do you guys know the difference? I feel like these are good dupes of each other. Okay, eye look is done. I'm going to finish up the rest of my face makeup, and I will be right back for the big reveal. Okay guys, so here is the final look of the obviously. Did you guys guess which eyeshadow palette is on which eye? Have you guys made your final decisions? Definitely pause this video and comment down below, because it's time for the grand reveal. That was the best I could do for a drum roll, okay? Anyway, so on this eye, we have the Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And obviously that means on this eye, I'm wearing my Glam palette from Natasha Denona. Honestly, I feel like if I had to pick between the two, I can hardly tell a difference. I really can't. It is so hard. Like, even when I was doing my eyeshadow, I was like, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference if I wasn't doing the eye look myself. Like, if I was watching this video on YouTube, I feel like I would have had a really hard time guessing. But I know some of you are like investigative journalists, so some of you probably figured it out. I love seeing the comments when you guys guess, because some of you are like, I could tell right away that this one was ABH, or I could tell right away that this one was Natasha Denona. So it's kind of a fun little game we play here on my channel. Now, as far as which one would I pick, knowing what I know now, I think I would still pick the Sultry, just because I love ABH's formula. I like that these tones do have quite a bit of variety. I mean, these ones do too, and I do like Natasha's metallic formula as well as her matte formula, but I feel like Anastasia kind of killed it with that fun bloom shade and that black shade, because these ones all kind of look the same. I would have loved a black in this color story, really, to deepen up the outer corner. I would have also loved if she had included one of her cream to matte formulas, because those are always amazing. But I feel like this color story, I mean, it is inspired by one of our mini palettes, so I don't know what was really missing in the mini palette that caused the Glam palette to happen. But I also feel like for Natasha's brand, this palette makes sense because she did the bronze palette, which is like all the warm neutrals. So I kind of do love that she did a cool tone neutral palette as well. For all the people that love cool tone neutrals, I feel like it really rounded out her brand. And I think that that is why people love the Sultry palette for ABH as well. I think that the Sultry palette is so well loved in the ABH brand because so many of their color stories are either colorful or more warm neutral color stories. This is really their only palette that has these cool tone colors. So I think it's nice that the brand really heard people asking for this palette to come back, and they did restock it. So I will go ahead and link both of these palettes down in my description box if I find them on sale or on a good deal, so you guys can shop. Most likely those links will be affiliate links, so I will make a small commission if you do shop using those links, which really helps me out and goes right back into my channel. So that is it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye!